So it has taken me a while to make this video. Joseph and me are leaving Spelkollektivet, and we've been here for almost 2 years, so this is gonna be a big change in our lives. For over 2 months I've had the idea to make this video about what this place even is, because it might be the place that you need like right now, and I want to tell you about it. What the hell? In a nutshell, Spelkollektivet is a co-living and co-working place in Sweden, or better, the Swedish countryside. It is 2.5 hours away from Copenhagen airport and easily reachable by train. When we came here in October 2017, the house was in a different location. But since September 2018, it is located here in Väckelsång and it has space for up to 50 people. We are around 30 people right now. So why did Joseph and me almost spend 2 years at this place? First, the money. Hands down, if you live in any bigger European city, rent is probably what your money goes to most of the time. Rent at Spelkollektivet changes depending on like how long you stay and like when you come here, but usually I would say it is around 400 euros a month, and this is fairly competitive with like I would say most European cities. But now comes the best part. Everything that you need is included in the rent. What do I mean by that? By everything, I mean everything. You get breakfast in the morning, you get 2 warm meals a day, like somebody cooks food for you. You don't have to spend time cooking, you don't have to spend time shopping, you just have to show up and eat, and it's included in the 400 euro rent. You even get internet, electricity, water. They even buy the toilet paper and the shower gel for you. You can also still buy your own stuff here. You can buy breakfast stuff, you can buy things to cook and cook your own meal. There is a supermarket, but if you wanted to, you can just live here for 400 euros, not pay anything else. Number 2, and like I only have number 1, which is the money because it's so cheap, and number 2. So number 2 is the game devs. I'm gonna make this one really short, but there's just a lot of cool people in the house. Like, I've been here for 2 years. I've seen a lot of people come and go, but there's always been cool people, so if you wanna meet other game devs and be surrounded by cool people, then come here. So now you are probably wondering, Simone, what does this magical place of wonder look like? And to that I say, let's do a house tour. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do the house tour now. I filmed this 2 months ago. Okay, so this is the outside of the house. And this is the room that you see when you first arrive. Right now it's a bit messy, because we just ordered new furniture. But then to the left. So this is the eating room, without food and without people. And recently it's been getting warmer, so and it's super warm and it's very nice. So hi, this is Simone from the future. Back when I filmed this, we didn't have this place, so now even more people can sit outside. Hooray! But it looks like shit now because it's raining, but believe me, it's super cool and nice when there's sun. So from the eating area to the dishwasher. No, I'm kidding. This is the kitchen, the homie's kitchen. This is our beautiful fridge. And this is mainly where we can just cook breakfast. If you want to cook. Because if you don't, then this is the professional kitchen where they cook the good food. But I'm not allowed in there. Yes. that was only slightly creepy. What else? Oh yeah, the warmest room in the house. Which looks like this at the moment, but it doesn't usually look like this. So this is the infamous pea waterfall, which you already know if you've seen any of the videos that I recorded in here. And this is where we have all of the board games. And yeah, this is also the room where we mostly hang out in the evening and just play and drink. Mostly drink, really. So all of the board games are from the house. I think some are from the homies, but mostly it's from the house. Oh yeah, there's also, now that I'm seeing this, there's D&D sessions every couple of weeks, but it depends on who's in the house at the moment. So right now there's a lot of people that like to play D&D, so there's a lot of D&D going on, but like we had phases where there was no D&D players, so yeah, no D&D. Makes sense! Let us continue. Hello! Alright, hallway number 1 with renovations. So this is the renovated area of the house. It has, I don't know how many rooms, but on all of these doors there's rooms for the homies. And this is the area that is getting renovated. So this will be like a just sitting, chilling, reading area. And yeah, this is the renovation where there's more homie rooms being made. I actually haven't seen these. Sponsored by IKEA. What?
Let's finish the bed.
Yeah. But I have it on video that it's not finished. So should I come later when it's finished? And then film again? Okay.
Yeah, or you can finish it.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna finish it. I have important YouTube work to do. I don't have important YouTube work to do. As you can maybe hear, this is the shower. This is where you get clean, I suppose. Zoom. If we go around this corner. Ta-da! This is the second hallway. Again, these are all homie rooms, but these aren't renovated. Front section here. There's like these 2 rooms are renovated, and in the rest there's people living. And I think in this nice and yellow back section there's only like 2 or 3 rooms here there where people are living. Oh yeah, back there is like more rooms. And now we go down to the basement. Just keep working.
Just be normal.
Just act natural. You're doing a very good job.
You don't show any of the trash.
Oh yeah.
Where is the trash? I just blur it out.
There.
Oh,
So this is the trash. So this is the big office, and now we go to the Joshua office. It's not the Joshua office anymore.
I used to work for a couple of weeks.
So this is the
It's
empty.
empty.
The empty office.
The empty room, yeah.
Yup, we leave this room. Ta-da! Oh, and this is the quiet office, now with improved sunlight blockage. Bye. This office you probably know the most, because this is where I almost film every game jam ever. So another dark and scary corridor, and it leads into the Netflix room. So this is the room where we have all of the consoles, the big TV, all the sofas, basically for gaming and watching TV. Opposite from the Netflix room we have VR playing room and the VR, I guess, setup room. If we continue down this path. Hello! So this is the second Netflix room. Now we enter the area that is not really renovated as much. And in here we have like an esports room that exactly has room for like 5 people, but none of us use it. And I think there's kids from the town that use it. And opposed to that we have... Hello? So this is the gym. We sometimes use it. This is actually used very often. Ping pong table and gym. Let's go. Welcome to one of the creepy hallways. Like all of these doors on the right are mainly for storage. We barely use this part of the house except... Ta-da! It's so nice and bright. So as you probably guessed, this is the laundry room. We do laundry sometimes. And one really nice addition that I really appreciate is this thing. You kind of know that you're becoming an adult when you get excited about a drying room. But anyway, this is where you can just hang up your stuff and it dries. And if you want it to dry faster, you can, that back there is a fan, you can just turn that on and then it dries really fast. And it's very exciting. This is Joseph and my laundry, by the way. This is the laundry basket. Has it become apparent that I don't know how to film a house tour video? Oh, by the way, also, sponsored by IKEA. Nah, we're not sponsored. I wish we were. But if we go up here. Stairs, 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 stairs. Oh, stairs, stairs, stairs. If we were to go up here, this is the first floor where more homies live, but I kind of just don't want to go because it's just more closed doors, so it's just not. Which brings us back to this. So yeah, that is basically the house. I think the only thing to do now is just to check if Rasmus has finished that bed. Have you finished the bed? We just need to see if you assembled it or not. Ta-da! Bed. So now that you've seen the place and heard me talk about the place, you might be intrigued, but you still don't know like what to do here. And I had the same problem before coming here and also before getting more into game dev, that I had no idea what it meant to come here. And basically, if you're only paying 400 euros a month and everything else is taken care of, and you're surrounded by other motivated people, you can really focus on getting into game dev, and it allows you the financial freedom of just, yeah, existing and doing what is fun to you, if that makes sense. To give you guys kind of an insight of what my life has been like here. I also filmed what a typical day in my life at Spelkollektivet looks like. Usually I get up in the morning around 7 or 8 and then head down to the office to spend some time alone. I use those 2 to 3 morning hours before everybody else gets up to focus on drawing, language learning, or listening to audiobooks. Afterwards I start working on either client work, company work, or, like on this day, my private stuff. So yeah, that's mainly the mornings. And food. Food is usually served between 12 and 12:30, and there's always a 2-week plan of what is being cooked. Wow, isn't this super exciting? Today I'm really just updating my social media, updating our social media for Du and I, adding a imprint to my website. So very boring stuff. Even if I were to work on client work, I would just like sit here and draw instead of writing text and formatting text. But this is basically what the afternoons look like. However, this afternoon, one of my housemates decided to have a spontaneous portrait drawing session with Joseph. So we also sometimes spend the evenings just playing video games, playing board games, or just watching Netflix together. There's usually always somebody that wants to watch something, so you're in good company. Good night. And that is pretty much my day. But then again, there's also days where we don't work at all. When Joseph and me came here, this was our timeout. Spelkollektivet gave us the freedom to reinvent ourselves and build up a business from the ground without any financial pressure. On top of that, it helped me escape the hamster wheel of working for clients 10 to 14 hours every day. And especially the last year, all that extra time that I've managed to free has helped me grow immensely as an artist. I even had some extra time to learn programming. And visual scripting. So why am I making this video? The truth is, I want Spelkollektivet to continue, and for that it needs new people to be interested and to move into the house. I feel it's a great place to be if you just need a break for just 1 month or even 12 months. Spelkollektivet doesn't really have anything on their website where you can see how life here is, because they just don't have the capacity at the moment to do these things. So I just wanted to show the world what it's like to be here and to live here. And if Spelkollektivet might be what you need right now, and if you're interested, I'll be down in the comments answering all your questions, and let's just talk about it. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Mitzi, no. You know I can't let you in. Bye, Mitzi.
Hi, my name is Genius, and welcome to Spelkollektivet. I'm the proud owner and majority shareholder. I'm here today to give you a lovely tour of this fine establishment. Come on, let's go! This is the North Wing, one of 3 residential areas here. Let's take a look inside one of the rooms. You're supposed to unlock the door.
Isn't not unlocked? I'm sorry.
Saying sorry isn't gonna unlock the f***. Let's take a look inside one of the rooms. It's a bit bland at the moment, but there's plenty of space to make it your own. And would you look at all these rooms? Laundry. Outside, there's plenty of luscious, spacious grounds, nearby forests, and even a fire pit. Let's take a look.
That's great, but come on back. There's more house to see.
Hey, are you coming?
Oh, yeah, sure. Let's go.
Did I mention? We're all athletes.
These balls. I forgot about that.
So come on down, stay a while. You're gonna love it here. My name is Binkleton, signing out. So, what do you think? Pretty good, huh? You're fired!
Welcome to Spelkollektivet, a co-working and co-living space for game developers around the world. Our aim is to provide an affordable space to eat, sleep, work, and build connections with other game devs from different backgrounds and experiences. Most residents here work in one of the dedicated co-working spaces. We have the loud office for those looking for a more social working environment, and the quiet offices for a more distraction-free environment. All areas come equipped with high-speed internet, desks, and office chairs, with the added bonus of being around other passionate people while they work on their own projects. And if you prefer, there's plenty of space in your own private bedroom. To help foster a collaborative community, we host a weekly stream, the Spelkollektivet Game Developers Conference, an opportunity to showcase what you've been working on and gain valuable feedback on your projects from developers just like yourself. Even though you might work alone, we're still a big team that always has each other's backs. But let's all remember to take some time to relax, have fun, and enjoy yourself. Spelkollektivet encourages a healthy balance of work and play with a number of dedicated spaces for games, board games, movies, and outside activities to participate with your fellow game devs. Speaking of game devs, let's talk to some.
Just settle in.
All right.
Hi.
Hello.
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 Yeah, hi, I'm Matej Jan.
Hello, I'm Marijke.
I am Megan McCurdy.
I'm Adam.
I'm Anneke.
I'm Michal. I'm Jovi.
I am Belinda.
I am Fio.
I'm a composer from New Zealand.
I'm from Germany and I'm a solo game developer.
I'm from the Philippines and I'm an artist that works in the game industry.
I am an indie game developer.
I'm helping her with her stuff. Also, I help in the house.
I'm from Czech Republic and I'm the developer of Lords and Villains.
I'm from Germany and I'm an art director / UI UX designer for Hotel Magnate.
I come from Slovenia and I am a pixel artist and game developer.
I came here to focus on the development of my game and have more free time and be around the community of indie game developers to get some support from my peers.
I was already working alone on my projects and I just wanted to be part of a community and be part of a group of people that have similar interests.
I felt a little bit stagnant back at home. I wasn't getting anywhere or meeting a lot of people in the industry, so I just took the plunge. We both thought about, hey, let's make a trip just where we can do programming. At this time we didn't know that Spelkollektivet existed, and it was a really nice coincidence that we found this place and could just work on software.
I wanted to experience what life was like living abroad. The idea of living together with other passionate game developers was really interesting to me.
I miss how my life was working from an office when I had a normal game development job, but I still want to work on my game, and so being here is the best of both worlds. I can work on my game and be in an office with other game developers, and it's even better because we also live together, and it's really nice to have like-minded people around you.
I came here because a friend of mine, Annika, she went here before and she told me about this place and was like, "You're sure this is real? Are they not selling you organs or something?" Like, no, it's real. It's really awesome. And then I decided, damn, I'm gonna come here. It's gonna be fucking awesome. And it is.
One of the most surprising to me was how good the food is. And it has great variety, so we have normal and vegetarian options. And I actually became vegetarian while being here because I was thinking about it already before, but I'm too lazy to prepare it, and here somebody does it for you, and it's...
The community is amazing. Here are so many people with totally different experiences, and you can learn from every single one of them something special.
The people, I think. I wasn't expecting to make so many great friendships here, and along with working with those friends, it's been really cool.
I like a lot of things and it's very hard for me to pick one that would stand out the most. I think above everything it would be the people that I'm surrounded with, because I think they are very like-minded and very accepting and supportive. So I feel like home here, and that's what I like the most about this place.
For more information, check out our website for the latest prices and details, or join us on Discord where you can ask more questions from us directly.
We ever stop with the coconut song? No, it's in there.
What button do you have to press?
I don't know.
Me neither. How do I change the song? M maybe? C? V? N? No! I pressed the space. It wasn't by...
Why would you press space?
It wasn't by... it was a mistake. Well, okay, hello. Is anyone here?
So you're host now.
Yeah. Is anyone presenting that's in here? Who? Martin? Martin. Cool. Welcome to STGC. With your wise host, Stormzy. Show your stuff. Cool. So, I guess Martin. Yeah, how's it pronounced?
I don't care.
Martin.
As long as I know you're talking to me, it's fine.
Okay, Martin.
Martin.
It's your time now.
Oh, excellent.
Yes. There, you can do the rest.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm hidden behind the screen now. Present. Hello, I'm back here. I'm Martin. This is me. I had longer hair back then. This is me telling you a little bit about who I am because I just came in today, so you know who the fuck I am. I have been here before, 2 years ago, and I am back, so it wasn't that bad last time. I'll take that. And I have been making games for forever. For like, I remember, fiddling with board games when I was 6 years old, which at this point is far too long ago. If you want to know precisely, you'll have to ask me in the corridor and make me tell you how old I've gotten at this point. And when it comes to games, this is what I do. I do game design and I do UI UX design. And I also have an architecture degree. In a past life, I've managed to finish that and then never really used it, but it's still lurking there in the bottom right corner. I've been in the industry as a professional since 2008 at this point. So that's a whole whopping 13 years, 3 of which I spent at various companies, and the rest of that, which should be 10. Oh God. It's gonna be 10 this year. I've done as an indie and freelancer, doing game design and UI UX design. These are some of the sort of recent titles. I had a hand in Cultist Simulator where I did the UI, which is probably the title you might be familiar with. Where I did the UI, sort of like it's a very storytelling, dry game, but we did like a card game UI around it. Then in the middle, there's Star Dynasties, which is a kind of Game of Thrones in space. It's a cool sort of emergent storytelling game where you have like a royal house and it's space but it's feudal. And like there's a lot of like interesting systems and like there's a morality system and there's like secrets and you sort of, have like a planet map and it gets very complicated. And then there's Minutes of Islands, which is a cute looking but not quite so cute story in like a side-scrolling adventure game. And then there's Sweet Surrender, which is a VR title. And when it comes to my own stuff, this is the game you might know that I did. It's called Nowhere Profit. I finished it 2019, like in the middle of 2019, June, released on Steam in June. It's a roguelike card game in India-infused dust punk universe, all these great buzzwords. It's done pretty well, but making it took me 5 years by myself, which wasn't that good for me because after I was done with it, I had a creative crisis. Yes, applause for creative crises. I don't think it's overly common to sort of make a big project and then be done with it and then fall into a big hole afterwards and like, oh God, what do I do next? Like I've always been making games, as I said. I was always sort of making games for people and then making my own little things and then sort of making this big game was like a big sort of milestone and then you're done with it and then you're not happy either. So what the fuck do you do now? So I've been making my way through this creative crisis since I finished the game. I had a month of, high octane stress of just bug fixing and, talking to people and making patches. And it sort of fell into that hole at sort of like the latter half of 2019. And since then, I've sort of slowly worked my way out of it. And in the process, I have become a tabletop role-playing game designer, which is weird. So that means like since 2019, since releasing Our Prophet, I haven't made any video games. I've been working on the game, doing patches and doing like console releases and all that stuff, like fucking around in the existing code base. But I haven't really done anything new. I've tried and sort of failed at it and felt like, okay, I'm not really ready to code yet. So I've decided to do text stuff and come back to my first love, which was role-playing games. And I've released a bunch of sort of games, which I think are great and awesome and wonderful. And they have had some moderate success, I think. And if anybody here wants to playtest or just roleplay something else and looks for a mini campaign or a one shot, I'm always game. So if you're into the nerdy shit of nerdy shit, sitting around a table telling each other stories about people with access, I'm game. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. This is me. There's a Twitter. There's another Twitter. There's a URL, and in the bottom left, there's my personal newsletter where I tell people what the hell is happening in my game, in my world, in my life, and with the games I make. All right, that's a quick speed run of what I've done the last couple of years. Any questions? Yes.
How long are you staying?
I'm staying for a month. I might stay longer. I have no specific plans afterwards. I don't pay rent anymore because I'm in a crisis, so I canceled my apartment, and I'm not doing anything particularly interesting anywhere else. So I might stay longer. I don't know. I dread the Swedish winter because I'm sensitive to sort of darkness and I'm a slightly depressive person, so that's not a good thing for me. So. I have no plans afterwards. I'll see what happens. Yeah.
Are you trying to solve your creative crisis by coming here?
No, I think I've solved my creative crisis at this point. This is anticlimactic. Did it feel like I'm still stuck in it? No, it's sort of to expand on it. Like I fell into it like late 2019 and sort of didn't know what to do and actively looked for ways to find, like I was like, do I ever want to make games again? I don't know. And I was looking for ways back to sort of a creative outlet. And I did a lot of practice, and there's like an exercise called morning pages, which is, it sounds very stupid, but you get up and you write 3 pages of text. It doesn't matter what you write. You can just write, I'm tired. You just fill 3 pages with text. At this point, I have a stack of notebooks this big filled with text. And like the first few months, it was just like trash and like me examining what I'm not happy with. And at some point, it was just exhausted. Like I was through with it. And then sort of projects started to appear on the page. And that's where a lot of the projects I've made in the last couple of years sort of came from. I didn't sit down. I'm like, I want to do a project. It's just, all right, I'm going to sit down. I got up. I'm going to write. And in writing, I found an idea that was interesting enough for me to sort of look at closer. And that sort of helped me through. That was a start. And sort of from there on. Yeah.
Can you share more like about the crisis itself? Like what was holding you back? Was it the anxiety of like the next project will again take 5 years? That's too big of a thing to take on. Or was it more like, I don't know what's the project that I want to sink my teeth into? Or
no, it was mostly exhaustion and being just burnout. Because I made the game for 5 years and I made it all by myself. And I'm not an introvert, as you can probably tell by the amount of text and the speed at which I produce it. I like people and I like talking to people. And that was just not good for me. I made what I'm sort of take away from the Our Prophet as a learning experience is you have to make the game in a way that is good for you. Like, because you don't know if the game's going to be a success. So making the game should be fun. making the game wasn't fun for large stretches of a time, because it was just I got up, I went to my office, I worked, and I got back home and went to bed. That was my day for like stretches of time. And then so at the end, I was just burnt out and exhausted, and I didn't really know what to do or what I wanted or what I could do next. I didn't even the idea of doing another project was already too far away. I didn't even want to think about doing another project. I'm sort of at the point now where I'm like a couple months back started thinking about new projects.
So do you think with the new projects this problem you have it solved? Like you're not going to fall into the same traps?
I think if you ever think I've solved this personal problem, you set yourself up for failure. And like, all right, then it's going to hit you again. If you're like, it's all behind me. There's no shred of this remains in me. I think I'm still vulnerable to the same things, but having sort of gone through it, if I would do it again, I would time box it more. I would put a hard deadline on the project and say at this time it'll be done. And I'll just finish it or just kill it. That's it. I'm not gonna do it this long again. And I'd try and not do solo projects of this size. But it's like a personal preference. Like I said, I'm an extrovert, and it's just the way I made the game wasn't good for me. Like if I had made the game here in Spelkollektivet for 5 years, it would have been a different thing. Because even though I would be a solo project, it wouldn't have been such a lonely experience. Does that make sense?
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Yes?
From the games that you have been working on, like which would you say, it's probably hard to say, but like which did you enjoy working on most?
I think it's the Mending Circle, which is still not released. Because it's a game about healing, which has come out of my personal healing process. So it's weird and strange, but it's I love it. It's a very soft game where 3 people play together and there's no game master, and you tell stories about witches trying to heal somebody who's suffering. You just, that's a very gentle thing. Yeah, Frank?
Are you planning to do some, you probably said that already, but I came up with some playtesting sessions?
If anybody's interested, yes. I'll happily do some playtesting, or just, as I said, any general tabletop role playing. I'm game. It's if anybody is interested in playing Mending Circle, I very much enjoy it. It's a game where you need to be vulnerable and soft. And all right, I love it. We'll do a session. Excellent. Yeah. If there's no more questions, thank you so much for listening, and I'm looking forward to meeting all of you that I haven't met before. Thank you.
Oh no. Is it possible to enact the standby function? That's really silly. Do you know who's next? Do you want to do it on stream? Cool. Yeah.
I'm not on now, am I?
What?
I'm not on yet, am I?
Yeah, don't copy that.
No.
You are on, but no. Cancel.
Not cancel, I'm just running it. Okay. So I can start?
Yep.
Sorry. This week I've been continuing with the word game library, as I call it. I'm also actively developing that little short game that I call Potion House for now, and it's about Spelkollektivet in a way. And let's see, basically a basic round, so I can deal cards, buy cards. I think I might have been doing that before, but now they have actual traits recipe. It says DBC, so I need a DB and C card to make it. And this is the currency that I buy them with. So these cost 3, these cost 2, but I have no more this time. In the future, you can do new deals until you choose to end, depending on how many time credits you have. But to implement that, I wanted to have bad cards in the mix. So every deal you make, there's an increasing risk for bad things happening. So instead, I'm just gonna go into the next turn. And here you get a chance. It's a 1 turn cooldown on this, but let's say I want to keep half of my currency. I can activate this, and now that I get the new randomized total, I get +3 for that. DBC. So I'll show you a crafting. So I just put this in. This is going to be a workbench in the future, or a cauldron or something. And then for now, you just basically highlight the ingredients, and it says, yes, I can cook this for you. And it turns the card over, and now I'm just going to skip a turn. You can see here now at the end of the turn, it starts brewing. Go into a new deal, ending it, and now you can see. And that's pretty much what we can look at. It's just going to finish the brewing over time, and it makes coffee. The more valuable one compared to tea, which is easier to make.
Every game is political. There's a value judgment.
I even have a little Rebel Alliance inside that fridge, trying to take over Spelkollektivet coffee drinker-wise. So this is basically the brewing of the potions. The fact that these, they call items, but they're really ingredients now, they have this shelf life. Maybe I should have pointed that out. If we buy these two and then I go into the next round, you're going to see that, for example, A here, it's currently on 3. At the beginning of the next one, it goes down to 2, and so on. So when you have bad cards and you have some pressure to produce a certain amount over time, what items what cards you buy, when you brew, which card you put where, and how many time credits you use, time of course, to make all these things, and the fact that you can, for example, once a recipe is in the workbench, you can't discard it, but maybe you need the space because you have the wrong recipes and you're trying to buy new ingredients, something like that. So what's that called? Like an inventory research management idea. We'll see. I'm gonna let this one brew over time or percolate. And I'm imagining 2 different ways. For example, using the potions, you sell them for gold, and gold can then be used as a, what's it called? Like a use for all currency. So you can have as a backup when you need some extra. You just, instead of using your time, you pay someone to do it, would be the logic. Or you store them in a backpack and you then go on little action turns where you actually try to use your potion to kill ghosts. But I'll just sell this one as the last thing I can show you. Just put it in the market and I get 5 gold. And that's it. Any questions? Yes.
Will the lettuce get changed into ingredients?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's a good question. I've been forcing myself to make this simple. I am the worst feature creeper there is, which is why, if you remember Upcraft, why it took so many months just to do, any little feature. But you're right. I'm actually looking forward to. I'm gonna sit down with some people here at Spelkollektivet and try and pick their brains and maybe even lure them into making graphics or 2 or writing a description. And if this becomes a full game, I'm hoping it's going to be very atmospheric and moody and fun to play as well. Anyone else? Thank you.
Yeah, I late signed up. Yeah. Sorry for being late. Let's see if it works what I've been working on. Otherwise, it'll just be a fail on the stream. Moment of truth. Let's do it here. All right. So this week I've been working on. It's my least favorite thing where you work for a week and there's nothing new to show. So this requires just a little bit of backstory. So I'm working on this game called Pixel Art Academy for 6 years now, and it's an online game. So as you can see, this is in the browser. Even though if you go full screen, maybe it doesn't look like it. When I started in 2016, when I built the first version of it, I had to put it up on a server, and I found this provider that for $9, I think I was paying, I could rent a 128 megabyte RAM of server and some, database space and all that. And then so after years passed, and my memory footprint of my app grew as there are more and more features, then it also started becoming more expensive. I had to upgrade to 512 RAM, then to 1 gig RAM, at which it already cost me $75. And then just recently, well, in 2020, when I released the latest bigger release, it went over 1 gigs of memory, so I had to upgrade to 2 gigs, and then I was paying $150 a month. And that slowly drained my bank accounts, and so this month I was finally forced to do something I dreaded for 6 years, and I actually had to learn how to set up a server and all that. So with James's help, big help from his side, and getting hardware here at the house, this is now running from Spelkollektivet. So I just finished. That's why I was late, because the HTTPS didn't want to work, so I had to redo everything, but I managed to do it. So now 4 domains that I have. So this one is pixelart.academy, where you can play through the intro of the game and stuff like, it's a text adventure. So get backpack, east. There's like a intro sequence and stuff like that. Anyway, I'll just skip it. But yeah, basically it's a text adventure you can play, and then it has some user interface and stuff. So that's one of my domains. Then the second one is retronator.com. Let's see. This is where I have my newspaper about pixel art. So it's a daily pixel art and gaming news. I wish I was still updating it daily. Currently I don't, but I just posted this a few days ago. So yeah, I just write about pixel art games. If anyone is working on a pixel art game, let me know. It can be featured in the... This is like a Tumblr with... Basically, I'm recreating retronator.com from my own server, but it's also a Tumblr that looks the same, pretty much the same way, because I use the same skin for a Tumblr skin as well. So yeah. Then third domain would be Retropolis.city. This is where my game takes place. This city that you've seen at the start, this is just a temporary front page, but this is where you can find more about the Academy of Art that you can visit in my game. And the most important thing, why it was kind of crucial, because my site was down for a few days, is that here at the bottom in the programs you have this study guide, and this is what questers use to do art missions. So for example, we have the landscape sketching missions, and yeah, now people can finally go back in and read, and so it has a lot of this sort of interactive, here's Spelkollektivet drawing, stuff like that. So that's the third one. This is Retropolis City. Basically it's a, oh, I have no idea what happened there. It's as if, imagine if this was a real thing. Yeah, I don't know, it's good. Who cares? And then finally there's one domain called lensofillusions.world. And this is basically there's some in-story lore of how you go to this city, and this is kind of the Black Mirror style virtual alternate reality that you go through. Anyway, it's hard to explain. You'll find out if you play the game, but basically this is the way you can also, then you sign in with your username, and then it gets you into the game. Let's see if we go, oops. Any questions?
Bring in the chat asks if all these domains are on the server, on the Spelkollektivet server.
If they are, can you repeat this question?
Are all of these domains on the Spelkollektivet server?
Well, it's not the same server as where Spelkollektivet.com is running. We set up a new server. It runs from the house.
All of these domains?
Yes, all of these domains are served from one server. I have one huge Node.js app that, based on what domain the request is coming from, I serve you the right web page based on it. But it's all powered by my website. So yeah. Yes.
What was the hardest part about setting up a server?
Oh boy, getting over the mental block of not wanting to do this for 6 years, probably. Because before I was doing some Linux administration for my job during my master's degree studies, so I kind of did it, but it's definitely not my favorite thing. So I think probably, yeah, I don't know. I felt it went actually way smoother than I expected, to be honest. Like, I could have saved a bunch of money if I did this sooner. But, you know, I don't know. I guess the hardest part was this at the end when it just stopped working. And the easiest part is that James also helped half of the setup. Yeah, I guess it's just mentally. And you know, the hardest part will come in the future when something will break, and all of the things that seemed easy, like for example, figuring out if any things like any MongoDB on the database queries are slow and stuff like that. The previous server provider had a lot of tools to look at how the site is doing and stuff like that. Right now we don't have any of that set up, and if I wanted to set it up, that'd be probably a lot of work. So I'm just gonna, like James says, YOLO, and then just hope nothing breaks and then deal with it if it breaks. But so far it was surprisingly easy. All right, thank you very much. Can you just leave this up? You won't?
I don't think so. Is anyone else? No? Cool.
Hello, people. Okay. Cool. Very, very cool. So, yeah. Wait, what? Where's...
Hi, Remy, come back soon.
Did we not have our faces on the whole time? Oh, shit. Well, okay. We didn't have any cameras, so no one might have seen you. Anyways, cool. So support us, give us money if you want to. It's up to you. Make your choice. Live or die. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you for tuning in.